And it's the year where a lot of new people are going to come out of nowhere who haven't been on the radar before. They will pop up out of nowhere, and you want to be one of them. You want to commit to being one of them. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Rooted in the Cosmos. My name is Isabel Gloria, and I'm welcoming you for this new episode, for this very special and exciting episode, because it's the last day of the year 2023. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out. So 2023 is about to leave us. It's about to be released, and we're stepping into a brand new year. So what else could I do than to give you an energetic forecast for 2024? This is exactly what this episode is going to be, but before diving right in, I have a lot to say about this. Before diving in, I want to give you a little disclaimer and also explain how I access the information, because everybody does it a little bit differently, and I like to be transparent and just explain how I get to the information that I'm going to share with you. So a lot of people base their forecasts on numerology or astrology. I looked into the numerology of the upcoming year a little bit too, but what I mainly did and what I like how my insight usually works is that I get a lot of visuals and a lot of what I would call sudden knowledge. So when I tap into the energy of, in this case, the upcoming year, I just allow myself to receive the images, and they may not make sense in the beginning, but as I'm moving more and more into this state of receiving, I get a lot of images that I would say, decode into the message behind that. My strongest psychic skill or psychic gift is definitely clairvoyance, but I also get information in the form of sudden knowledge. So when I tap into the energy of something, I get information and I download this information suddenly, and it just pops into my mind. I just get this information very suddenly, and sometimes so much that I need some time to process and kind of allow these codes to decode themselves within my energy body so I can really send out the message that wanted to come through. It's a very personal process. It works a little bit differently for everyone, but I want to give you as much of an explanation on how I do it so you can understand how I get to this information. The first thing I want to share about this information is that nothing is set in stone. The way an energy reading works is that you can only tap into the energy as it is right now. So if the collective doesn't change anything, or if the collective doesn't make any transformations or evolutions that would change the outcome, this is what would happen. But it's not said that it will happen exactly like this. So every energy reading is just like a snapshot and like a screenshot you take. And if anything shifts in the collective, if anything shifts in many individuals on planet Earth, these collective timelines will shift as well. So there's tons of timelines that are possible. So what I'm reading is the potential that is very likely to happen, or the topics that are very likely to pop up in the collective. But at the same time, there are so many timelines that are also potentials depending on what changes in the collective, or if a lot of individuals create a shift within the collective. So there's always potential for things to shift and to change, because an energy reading is just a screenshot of the energy, and it can always shapeshift and change and evolve in the future. So there is so many possible timelines that are either similar to what I'm sharing, or probably similar to what I'm sharing, but it still can shift and change and evolve, and the collective can change the reality of things. So I just want to add that, so you know that this is not like a 100% prediction. It's just a potential I'm tapping into that I feel for the collective. What I also focused on while tapping into the energy for 2024 is that I set the focus on the light workers on earth, on the leaders, the conscious souls that want to create change on earth. So it's not a reading for the entire collective. And I'm not going to go into any topics like politics or anything like that. I'm going to focus it on the leaders who want to create change, and maybe even the leaders who are not aware that they are leaders yet, who just have that calling to be part in this human shift that's happening right now. So I feel like you listening to this podcast will resonate with the information a lot, and you will gain a lot from this, but it's not a general reading for the entirety of humanity. The main thing that came through right away was that it's going to be a lot of big topics for us as individuals. So it's going to be our big picture, our long-term vision, and all that counts to that area in our lives. That's going to be a topic in the upcoming year. What I feel like is a topic is that there may be some things in your life that you've been working on for a long time, and it just doesn't work. It's not working in the way you want it to. You've tried all the things, you try to integrate things, you try to work on your shadows, you try to remove blockages, but something is not working. And the topic of the upcoming year is to resolve that and to move forward and to let go of anything that might keep you stuck, or realign in a way that creates a transformation so that you can come into movement again and start moving again and not stay stuck with the things that haven't worked for a long time. This doesn't mean that you should give up on your long-term goals. It just means that you will get the opportunity to look at them from a different perspective and to step away from the things that are not serving you or that are um, not aligned for you right now, that you may feel like they need to be in your life. But if you listen to your heart and if you're really honest with yourself, you want to step away from them, whatever this is. There is a lot of potential transformation waiting for you if you honor that transformation and if you allow yourself to transform. Otherwise, you will feel stuck and you will repeat the cycles that you've been repeating for the last couple of years. So 2024 gives you the opportunity to really do something differently now and get to your goal and let go of the ways and of the techniques and the strategies or whatever it was that did not work. So it's about coming up with something new, looking at something from a fresh perspective. I feel that this is especially true for those of you who are in business, who may have like a spiritual business or who want to fulfill their soul mission with the help of a business. So I feel like, especially for those of you who are either in the process of building a business or who have been trying to build a business and it didn't take off as much as you wanted to, I feel like this is like an initiation to look at things from a different perspective and let go of the things that haven't worked for you. So, just a tangible example, if you've been trying to grow a YouTube channel for 2 years and not much growth is happening, even though it feels super aligned for you to be on YouTube and to share your wisdom, try something new. Try setting up your videos differently. Try looking at it from a different perspective. Switch things up, try things out. Don't stay stuck in this frame that you've built for yourself that you feel like it has to happen in, and reach outside of that frame. Try other things. Maybe start a podcast that has video, something like that. Like, try to switch things up. This is just like a tangible example. It could be anything, but try to switch things up without losing the end goal. Like, don't quit YouTube if it didn't work for the last 2 years and you feel really aligned doing it. Don't quit. Just try different things. Try presenting yourself differently or anything like that. So it's about getting creative with the things you want to do but that don't work, and you are supposed to get creative to make them work and to do something completely different that you normally wouldn't do with this project that you're working on. A huge thing as well that came through is that the conscious leaders will be more confident and more sure within themselves. That came through really, really strongly. So their inherent leadership, and leadership in a positive way. I know leadership sometimes is connected to these worldly negative traits like power hungry and like all these horrible things. But the leaders I'm talking about are the leaders that lead with the heart, the conscious leaders. So these leaders will get more confident in what they do. They realize that they are needed and that there is a reason why they have this inherent leadership within them. How this could play out is that a lot of false teachers and people who are not genuine in the spiritual community, in the coaching space, will be sorted out naturally. They don't have to do anything bad to like be canceled or anything. It just happens naturally as the collective and the people accepting services from coaches and leaders, they are becoming more conscious and they naturally will gravitate towards the true conscious leaders. Because in 2024, a huge topic is that the leaders are meant to step forward. It's like the beginning year of the true conscious leaders coming to the forefront. That's what I genuinely feel, and that's what I got as like a very strong energy for this year when I tapped into this. In tangible terms, that means that the true, genuine leaders, they will naturally be more confident. They will have an easier time to show up confidently, to share their message, to stand out in an ocean of false teachers, because they're, even though that's sad to say, but there is a lot of false teachers out there in the spiritual community and in the coaching space. So naturally, the true, genuine people, they will start to stand out, and they will also gain the confidence to make themselves stand out. Because the thing is, and that's been a topic for the last couple of years, that there are many conscious, amazing people out there who are actually offering value to their people, to the clients, but these often go a little bit under the radar because they are overpowered by the very loud and egocentric coaches who are not the most genuine. So this dynamic is going to shift, and the conscious leaders will be more confident and more likely to make themselves stand out. And this is a message for you if you are one of those conscious leaders who is a little bit in the limelight but doesn't really step forward into the spotlight. This is your initiation. You have to step up, you have to step forward, you have to present yourself and be confident with your services. People will no longer listen to the false teachers. They don't want that. They can feel like the collective has shifted so much that a lot of people can feel if someone is genuine, if they have actual cosmic connection, if they have actual value to share, or if they're just pretending to have all of that to make money or to put themselves on a pedestal. There's a lot of motives that would make a person present themselves in a light that is not genuine. That is your chance to really step up and to present yourself in a more powerful way, because the energies of 2024 will really help you to get the confidence and to let go of the imposter syndrome or the doubts, and also the that will be reflected in the collective. The collective will not so much look at people who present themselves online as something to laugh at or as something to not take seriously. It will shift into something that is taken very seriously. And as the collective shifts into a more conscious mindset, especially the people in the spiritual community, those who are genuine leaders, they will become like the people they look up to and they go to for advice, for value, for guidance. So it's not going to be something that is looked at as like just a hobby or something weird or something a little bit cringy. It's going to shift into a serious and appreciated role. And this is your chance to step up with this energy. What comes with that is that the false teachers, the not genuine people, they will be sorted out over time. But we can also, like as conscious leaders, the energy that I felt is that we are supposed to not engage with the false teachers. So if there's people in your space who you know are not genuine, who you know are not like sharing value and who don't have pure intentions, don't engage with them, and just if people just let them be. If people want to listen to false teachers, they will, but the energies tell me that a lot of people will no longer look at these false teachers. There will be a shift, and the genuine leaders, the conscious leaders, will benefit from this shift. It's their time to shine, and it's about your commitment to your own mission, how much you're going to shine with that energy transforming. So you can use this shift and this transition into this different perspective on the leaders to work on your own goals and to reach your own goals business wise. So if you want to step up as a leader, you have to ask yourself, how committed am I really to doing this? How committed am I to my mission? What am I going to do to really use this energy of 2024 to be one of those who stands out and who is successful and who can reach a lot of people and help them? You can ask yourself things like, what do you actually have to commit to reach your goals? Or what is it that I need to let go of that keeps me stuck to reach my goals? Really use that energy as like a catalyst or an accelerator for your own success, because it's the best year to do that. And it's the year where a lot of new people are going to come out of nowhere. So there will be a lot of new leaders in the field that are genuine and that are conscious and that have a lot of great value to share, like very loving people who haven't been on the radar before. They will pop up out of nowhere, and you want to be one of them. You want to commit to being one of them. In simple terms, 2024 initiates the conscious leaders to step forward and to do everything they can to be seen and to be perceived by the collective. This also includes questioning your personal life, so your personal circumstances. Is all of that that's in your life on a personal level, is all of that aligned with your message, with your goals, and with your big vision? Are you in the right career to reach your goals? Do you do the right things to reach your goals? Are you in a partnership that is supportive of your goals? Do you have business partners that you can trust that work on the same goals that you have? All these things you have to consider and you have to ask yourself and really see yourself as your main companion. Of course, if you collaborate with people and if you have a business with someone else, of course, like collaborate and work with them together. But also see yourself, even if you're in a business constellation with other people, see yourself as like this individual. Are you aligned with your biggest goals, or is there anything else waiting for you? Is there something that is even more aligned with what you want to do than the business that you're currently in? These are hard questions, but 2024 initiates you to ask them yourself. What you may experience in 2024 is that you want to do something that is truly yours. So in this case of being in business with someone else, you may suddenly feel like, hey, I love what we do, but I feel like I'm made for something else. I'm made for something bigger. And it's a harsh and not easy step to then make the transition into whatever is calling you. It's not a necessity that this has to happen. It's just a potential of 2024 that certain constellations of people working together and of leaders working together are separating because something else and something better and more aligned is waiting for each of them. So if you're currently in a situation where you work with someone else or where you have like a shared mission, also question that. It's a big topic in 2024 to question everything that makes you or potentially makes you not use all the potential that you have as a conscious leader. It could also be that you're at this stage where you would like to start a business, where you would like to start with social media, where you would like to start sharing your wisdom online, whatever it is, and you are waiting for something, for whatever that may be. It could be waiting for your best friend to finally join you and start a podcast with you, or waiting for you to feel ready to start a YouTube channel, or waiting for whatever it is, like waiting for someone else or waiting for feeling ready, whatever that is, let go of that. 2024 is asking you to let go of this waiting mode. This one day I will do this, or once I blah, 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 I will do that. Let go of all of that and take action. A big, big, big topic of 2024 is taking action and stepping forward. this energy of stepping forward and seeing yourself as a leader can also be quite the opposite of what I've just explained. So it can also be that you may feel the need to collaborate with other people, with other leaders. You may feel the need to network and to create like a team around you and team up with other people to create something meaningful. So this can also be the case. It's just like the neutral energy of you as an individual, as a leader. And it can either be to let go of people that are holding you back from actually stepping onto a higher timeline, or it could be you accepting help and support and collaboration to step up onto a higher timeline together. It could be one of those things. You have to feel for yourself what it could be for you. A word that came through was authority. And how I read that is that it's about taking control of your own life and of your own goals. So you should let go of people or of like the blockages that are created if you think about other people. What will they say about me? What will they think about me? All these things that keep you stuck from and keep you away from your own greatness. That may be something really simple, like you not daring to post your true thoughts and your true spiritual beliefs on social media because friends from school could see it or your family could see that. And taking authority over these situations and doing it anyway and almost tapping into your dark aspects, and dark not in a way that is evil or dark in that sense. With dark, I mean that you see your goals, see yourself, see the value you can share, and everything else doesn't matter. Like it's just you in your fullest expression, and tap into your darker aspects. They just want to be determined and they want to be focused on yourself and they want to do your thing. Like these aspects really want to work for you in that sense. Darkness is not equal to evil or to bad. It's just like this dark aspect of not seeing anything but your goal and your like this path ahead of you that you want to walk on. And with dark aspects, I also mean that you can get into the mindset of, I don't need this job. I can make money in another more aligned way. I don't need this partnership. It's not serving me anymore. Like just seeing yourself as the most precious thing in your life and removing everything that's keeping you from your own greatness. You want to do your thing. You don't need that person in your life. You don't need that job. You don't need to have the opinions of others blocking you. Like this kind of dark energy is what I mean. Just moving forward through whatever is blocking your way and just moving forward for yourself. The question connected to that has also been coming up a lot. And the question that came up energetically was, what are you doing with your time on earth? How do you spend your time on earth? And this was like I literally heard the sentence like this when I tapped into this energy. And how I view this information is that you should ask yourself, how can I be of service? And what is keeping me from being in service to others? So even though this is always connected to your personal goals, for example, having a thriving business in the spiritual field or something like that, it's also partly your mission, not just partly, it's your mission that is expressed as a business. So you have to connect with the deeper meaning and the deeper layer of your business. It's not just about being big on social media, standing out, getting clients, having customers, having a lot of followers, having engagement on your profiles, on your social media channels. All of that is part of it, and it's valuable and it's valid. But what you are supposed to connect with so you can get this confidence from within is the deeper layer of your divine mission, of your business. Ask yourself, how do I spend this time on earth? Am I using it in the most powerful way? Or am I letting myself be held back by people from school that I don't even know anymore, that I worry about when they see my posts? This type of energy needs to go for you to thrive. If you keep repeating these patterns, you're going to be stuck in another cycle of trying, and not fully blooming. And you want to bloom in 2024. On the topic of letting go also comes to let go of 2023 and the years before that. It's more like a collective thing, but especially for the conscious leaders, they also need to do that. So, what I mean by that is that we've been living in kind of like a haze for the last couple of years. I would say ever since 2020 and the pandemic hit, we've been living in like this limbo. And what can happen now is that we move into 2024 with this exact energy, and we do not want to do this. We want to let go and fully, fully, fully let go of 2023 and the years before that and start into 2024 with a completely fresh energy. We do not carry this old baggage from the last couple of years into 2024. It doesn't mean that 2024 will not bring any chaos or any negative things, like every year has ups and downs. But what we do not want to do is to kind of expect 2024 to be just as the last couple of years. The energy is telling me that 2024 is a pivotal year, and we can either make it something that transforms a lot of things, or we can make it a year that just repeats a cycle. So, what we do not want to do is to bring in the energy of the last couple of years into 2024 by expecting this year to have the same energy, or by expecting that it's going to be similar to the last couple of years, that not much is going to move, that not much is going to happen on a collective level as well as on a personal level. So if you've been feeling stuck on your journey for the last couple of years and you go into 2024 kind of expecting that not to change this year, this is not the way to go. You have to cleanse your plate and go into 2024 with a fresh energy and with this commitment to your mission and to your path. And really trust and believe that 2024 is going to be the year that creates this pivotal shift for yourself, because it definitely energetically has the potential to do so. So instead of going into 2024 with like this low expectation or with fear, which is even worse, reflect on what you've learned since 2020. There may be a lot of things. Maybe you had like a full-blown spiritual awakening since then. Maybe you have gotten a lot more knowledge since then. Maybe some personal shifts have been happening in your life. Like a lot has been happening in the collective since 2020. And I think every person on a personal level can find a lot of things that have happened, even though we feel like we've been stuck ever since, but it's not true. So reflect on what has happened, especially if you're a leader and if you want to grow a business, if you want to step up as a conscious leader. Reflect on the things that have happened that made you who you are today, that made you this person who is now ready to share her message and to share her gifts with the world. You may not be fully ready yet, you may not know how to start, but this internal calling is there. And reflect how this happened. Like, when did it happen, and how did the last few years contribute to that? Because I promise you, a lot of people have experienced their initial spiritual awakening. They have experienced so much through this shit show that went down. Like, it's awakened a lot of people, and I'm sure it has awakened you or some certain aspects of you too. So reflect on that and really take it in. Like, so much has happened on a spiritual level ever since 2020. Slowly coming to an end with this forecast, I want to share some things that I visually saw when I tapped into the energy. So what I've seen visually is a lot of light and a lot of solar activity, solar energy. It could be solar flares or cosmic energies. It could be light codes. I'm not entirely sure what the energy behind that is or what the information behind that is, because I only got the visuals. But this light and this energy came with it. There's a lot of like good energy coming with that, but also a lot of chaos, and it has like an impact on us heavily. What I got as an information is that light codes accelerate a spiritual awakening for everyone on earth. So the conscious people who already went through their initial awakening have it a little bit easier when these solar energies hit. And the people who are not awakened, who have not gone through a spiritual awakening, who are completely oblivious, they may experience challenges, more so with themselves, like emotional challenges within, with their feelings, with how they see the world, like this type of thing. And the people who are already on this awakening journey, they will benefit from these solar energies, from these light codes. Another thing I was picking up is physical chaos, so nature and an unstable environment, and that's like very logical considering what's been going on in 2023. It's not going to be resolved out of nowhere. So that is still a topic, and that is still something that will be present in our collective. And what we can do on an energetic level, because we cannot help physically with that, but on an energetic level, we can again not carry the energy of 2023 into 2024 and really focus on changing the pattern of the last couple of years and really focusing on stepping forward with that positive good energy, and with this, not like toxic positivity. I'm not telling you to brush everything over and close your eyes, ears, and everything and say, wow, 2024 is going to be amazing. No chaos on earth. It's not going to be like that. Like I said, there's always ups and downs in the collective. And for sure, 2024 is going to come with some chaos because we are in this transitional period. We are in the middle of this shift in the collective consciousness, and there's just a lot of things to come to the surface. It's just how it is. But on a personal level, we can always work on ourselves and work on the energy that we bring into the collective, because every individual's energy creates the collective energies. We sometimes forget that because the collective is so huge, or we perceive it as so huge and almost like outside of ourselves, but it is created through the individual. So you can bring in a certain type of energy into like the soup of energies that create the collective energy, and you can make sure that your portion of the soup, like your ingredient for the soup, is a good one and it's not tainting the soup. In summary, 2024 has a very good energy for me. So when I tapped into the energy, I felt a lot of transformation, a lot of potential, a lot of good people coming to the surface, and a lot of conscious leaders finding their place in their little niche, which is amazing. In numerology, the year 2024 is under the number 8. And in the Chinese zodiac, it's the year of the dragon. And both of these, the number 8 and the dragon, stand for money, wealth, and power. And this may sound scary first because money, wealth, power, it sounds like, woo, so much. But considering what I've shared about the conscious leader stepping forward, this energy plays into like the good side of power, into the good side of wealth, because a lot of positive, conscious, good people have the potential to step forward and actually get into a power position. And with power position, I don't mean like power in the sense of power over people. I mean power in the sense of they're being seen, they are being listened to, and they have a voice in a certain community. So, related to you as someone who has this calling, who may be someone who wants to help the collective, who had like this urge for the last couple of years to become a coach or to start a business or to even just post on social media about spirituality and share her light in some way, this is a perfect year to do so, because the numerology and also like the Chinese zodiac, everything is pointing toward money, wealth, and power. And we can use that positively. Like it's the perfect year for you to really, really, really commit to your goals and come out of dreaming mode and really start taking action. Dreaming mode has been something for the last couple of years. We are now getting out of this haze. Come out of your dreams, get into your real life, and make it happen. Let me know if this energy forecast resonated with you. You can send me a message on Instagram. It's at @isabelgloria. You can also write me an email. It's podcast@isabelgloria.com. Or you can find me on TikTok. I'm very active there right now. It's at @isabelgloria as well. So let me know what you think, if it resonated with you, if you like this podcast episode, if you would like me to do more energy reads in the future. I love doing these, so let me know. And that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Have the greatest start into 2024. Remember what I've just shared, that you're supposed to take action, recognize your own power, and really be one of those who is being seen and who is stepping up in the upcoming year. So, all the best. Talk to you next year. This sounds crazy.